Hello students, I am Nishant Vora. I am a graduate of IIT Patna. I have been associated with Ask IITians since last 2 years. So today we'll solve JEE Mains CBT paper. This test was conducted on 9th of April 2016. So let's solve each and every question one by one and also see the correct options. So let's start solving the paper. This was the first question which was there in mathematics. So there is a circle which passes through -2, 4 and touches the y-axis at 0, 2. So let's draw the diagram. This was a very easy question if you draw an appropriate diagram, right? So this is your x-axis and y-axis. There is a circle which touches the y-axis at 0, 2. So this point is 0, 2. Here somewhere there will be circle, the center of the circle. Somewhere here there is this point -2, 4 which lies on the circle. Let me name all the points. This point is A, B, and the circle center is C. Now this is a perpendicular, right? So if I assume the coordinates of point C, it will be something of this type: alpha, 2. Y coordinate will remain same. So coordinates of the center will be some alpha, 2, where alpha is unknown. I will have to find out the value of alpha. And if I'm able to find out the center, that means I can just satisfy in all the options and say that this is the correct equation of the diameter, right? So let's find out the center. So what is the radius? This distance, BC. This distance is alpha. I am talking about distance, right? So everything will be positive, no negative values to be taken. So alpha, radius is alpha. So I can say that radius is equal to alpha. And AC is also the radius if I join A and C. So this will be equal to AC. Now if I square both sides, I'll get AC square equal to alpha square. AC square, let's find out by applying the distance formula. So alpha plus 2 whole square plus 4 minus 2 whole square, and this is equal to alpha square. Now if I solve this equation, I can easily find out the value of alpha. So this will give me alpha square plus 4 alpha plus 4 plus again this will be 4. This is equal to alpha square. So alpha square will get cancelled, and I'll get alpha equal to -2 from here. Okay, alpha will be -2. So what is the center? Actually a center C comes out to be -2, 2. Now just put this point in all the options and check which options will satisfy this point. So let's check with the first option. First option is 2x minus 3y plus 10. So 2x minus 3y plus 10. So how much will be this? 2 into -2 minus 3 into 2 plus 10. So this will be -4 minus 6 plus 10, and this is nothing but 0. So the first option itself is getting satisfied. So your correct answer is option 1. Okay, no need to give a second thought. The correct answer for this question is option 1. Option 1. Okay, now let's go to the next question. Next question is based on integration and inverse trigonometry. So it's given that 0 to 1 tan inverse x is equal to this quantity, and then you have to find out the value of tan inverse this. So here 0 to 1, I have to find out the value of this quantity, tan inverse 1 minus x plus x square dx, right? Now in first look this seems a difficult quantity, but we know that tan inverse theta plus cos inverse plus cot inverse theta is actually pi by 2, right? So tan inverse something can be written as pi by 2 minus cot inverse the same quantity. Okay, and then integration of this quantity with respect to dx from 0 to 1. So basically I'll get pi by 2 integration of dx minus integration of cot inverse 1 minus x plus x square dx, and this is from 0 to 1. This is also from 0 to 1. Now let's further simplify. So this will come out to be pi by 2 1 minus 0, so that's pi by 2, and this quantity, it's given in the question that this quantity is equal to something, right? So let's check that. That's 2 tan inverse 2 0 to 1 tan inverse x, right? So basically now I just have to find out the value of this quantity, that is 0 to 1 tan inverse x. Now let me say this is equation number 1, and next let me find out the value of 0 to 1 tan inverse x with respect to dx. Now there are various ways of solving this, but if you are not getting anything, if you are not getting no idea in the exam, then the simplest and the easiest way is to put x equal to tan theta. So if I put x equal to tan theta, I get dx equal to sec square theta d theta. Okay, so this will become 0 to 1, right? So if x is 0, theta will be 0. If x is 1, theta will be pi by 4. Tan inverse x is theta. Okay, tan inverse x will be theta, and dx is sec square theta d theta. Alright, now I can see two functions, right? So I can assume this to be the first function and this to be the second function. So basically I'll get first function into integration of second function, that is tan theta, minus differentiation of first integration of second into d theta. Again this is from 0 to 1, 0 to pi by 4, sorry. So what I'll get, theta tan theta minus, now integration of tan theta, that is ln sec theta. This you might remember, right? You might be knowing integration of tan theta is ln sec theta. Now put the limits, pi by 4 is the upper limit and 0 is the lower limit. So pi by 4 tan pi by 4, which is 1, minus ln sec pi by 4, so ln root 2, minus, now put theta equal to 0, so this will be 0, and sec 0 is 1, so this will also be 0. Okay, so what will be this quantity? So this quantity will be pi by 4 minus, now this root I can take, so that's power 1 by 2, right? So that I can take outside, 1 by 2 ln 2. Okay, so this is the value of 0 to 1 tan inverse x dx. Now we can simply substitute it in equation number 1. So this equation will get converted to pi by 2 minus twice this value, that is pi by 4 minus 1 by 2 ln 2. So this will become pi by 2 minus pi by 2 minus minus plus ln 2. So this 2 will get cancelled, so your final answer will be just ln 2. So this will be your final answer, ln 2. So what is the option? Let's check. Option is option number 3. ln 2 will be the final answer. So this question was also easy. You just have to apply little concepts of inverse trigonometry and integration. A little lengthy question, I may say. Let's move on to the next question. Now this is from 3D and vectors, right? So the distance of a point, this point, from the plane passing through the point and perpendiculars to these two planes, right? So these two planes are given. So let me write down the normal vectors of both the planes. So normal vector for the first plane is 1, minus 1, 2. So this is the normal, right? The coefficients of x, y, z. And n2 vector, these two are vectors, normal vectors to these two planes. Let me say this is plane 1 and plane 2. So here normal 2 will be 2, minus 2, 1. So n1 and n2 are these two vectors. Now I want to find out a plane which is perpendicular to these two planes. Now we know a property, right, that if I want to find out a vector which is perpendicular to the given two vectors, then the only method for finding out this type of vectors is by using cross product. So n, if I assume that n is that normal to that plane, then n will be n1 cross n2. So if I find out the cross product of these two, n1 and n2, so the cross product will come out to be 3, 3, 0. So I am directly writing down cross product. You might solve and find out that this will come out, right? 3, 3, 0. You know how to find out cross product by using that IJK method. Now, so I got this plane. This is a plane P. Let me say this is normal to plane P. So this is the normal vector, and there is a point which is present in this plane, which is 1, 2, 2, and there is an external point from where I want to find out perpendicular distance. So this point is let me say this point is A and this point is B, and I want to find out perpendicular distance of this point from this plane. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll just join AB. Now this is a normal vector, right? This vector is a vector parallel to the normal vector. So what I can do is I can just simply take projection of AB. Okay, I can simply take projection of AB on this normal vector. Okay, so what will be the perpendicular distance, or the shortest distance will be actually projection of AB, this vector, on n vector. So we know n vector. Let's find out AB vector. AB vector will be simply B minus A. We can just subtract these two vectors, so that I'll get as 0, then minus 4, and 2 minus 4, so that will be, and 2. Okay, AB or BA, we can take any one of them, right? Direction is not that important because we are finding out distance, so sign is not that important, right? So projection of AB on n. So how to find out projection? Projection is just simply take the dot product of 2. Now see, whenever you want to take projection, there is a simple method. Simply take dot product of these two vectors and divide it by mod of the vector which is present after on. So on के बाद we have this vector, so take mod of n and whole mod, because distance can never be negative, distance is always positive. So AB dot n. So if I find out this, AB dot n will be like minus 12 divided by mod n. Mod n will be 3 root 2, and then mod of this. So this will be approximately, this will be 4 by root 2, and this will be 2 root 2. So the answer, the final answer will be 2 root 2. Option 1. Option number 1 for question number 3. So this question was based on shortest distance, and there is a simple concept which is involved, that is you have to take projection of AB vector on this n vector. Okay, now let's go on to the next question, question number 4. Question number 4 was based on trigonometry and determinants. So we can see a determinant here. We have to find out the number of distinct real roots of this equation. So distinct real roots of this equation. Now let me write down this determinant in short, right? So this is cos sine sine, sine cos sine, sine sine cos. Now I can apply, before expanding the determinant, I can just apply simple row transformations to simplify a bit. So I can just apply R1 minus R2, so this will become C minus S, S minus C, 0, and also I can apply R2 minus R3, so I will be replacing row 2, so this will be 0, C minus S, and S minus C. Last row will remain same, equal to 0. Now take C minus S common from the first row and also from the second row, so C minus S whole square, so I'll get 1 minus 1 0. This is S minus C, right? So minus 1 will be remaining, 0 1, here again minus 1, S S C, and this equal to 0. Now you can expand this determinant, so C minus S equal to 0, and if I expand this determinant, I'll get 1 into C plus S plus 1 into this and this, so plus S equal to 0. Okay, so basically I'll get C minus S whole square and C plus 2S equal to 0. So either this quantity will be equal to 0 or this quantity will be equal to 0. So we have to consider both for finding out number of solutions. So either C minus S will be equal to 0 or C plus 2S equal to 0. Now from here I'll get C equal to S, that means cos x equal to sin x. Okay, now cos x equal to sin x. So what is the interval that is given? The interval that is given is minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. So between minus pi by 4 to pi by 4, I have to find out where sin and cos are equal. How many times actually the sin and cos are equal, right? So cos, graph of cos is like this, and graph of sine is this. This is sine x, and this graph is cos x. So they are intersecting only once at pi by 4, right? So x equal to pi by 4. I'll get only one solution from here, that is x equal to pi by 4, and here this is cos x equal to minus 2 sin x. Okay, so basically this is nothing but 10x equal to minus 1 by 2. 10x equal to minus 1 by 2, and 10x equal to minus 1 by 2. How many times 10x will be minus 1 by 2 in this interval? Minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. Now if I see the graph of 10x, it's like this. This is pi by 2 and this is minus pi by 2. So it's an increasing graph from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. Minus pi by 4 pe value will be minus 1. Pi by 4 pe value is plus 1. So 10x will be minus 1 by 2 somewhere in between, right? So only one value of theta I'll get, right? So for some theta it will be minus 1 by 2 also, right? So I'll get one solution from here and one solution is pi by 4. So total there are two solutions. Okay, so the answer for this question was two solutions. Number of solutions they have asked in the question. So your answer will be option 3, which is 2. Let's move on to question number 5. Question number 5 says that A and B respectively be the semi-transverse and semi-conjugate axes of hyperbola whose eccentricity satisfies this equation. So we can directly find out eccentricity from here. It's a normal question of hyperbola, very easy question. This question you can't afford to miss in the exam, right? If you are missing out this question, then it's very bad. Okay, so we can normally factorize this and find out the value of E. So minus 15E minus 3E plus 5 equal to 0. So from here 3E common, so I'll get 3E minus 5 minus 1, 3E minus 5 equal to 0. So I'll get 3E minus 1 and 3E minus 5 equal to 0. So I'll get E equal to 1 by 3 and E equal to 5 by 3. But this is hyperbola, right? We are talking about a hyperbolic curve, and for hyperbolas we know that eccentricity is greater than 1. So this is not accepted. Eccentricity will be 5 by 3. Since it is a hyperbola, eccentricity should be greater than 1. So E is 5 by 3. We got the value of E. Now S, which is one focus, is 5 comma 0. Now we know that and directrix is also given. Corresponding directrix is x equal to 9 by 5. So 5 comma 0 is the focus. Focus is 5 comma 0 and directrix is given to be x equal to 9 by 5, right? X equal to 9 by 5, yes. So directrix, we know that this is A by E, and AE is equal to 5, right? And we know the value of E also. E is 5 by 3. So from any one of this equation we can find out A. So A will come out to be 3. From any one of this equation we can find out A. So A will come out to be 3. Now we want to find out the value of B. So we know that this is a hyperbola which has so this is a normal hyperbola, right? It has focus on x-axis. So this is like this. So B square will be equal to A square into E square minus 1. This equation I'll be using for finding out the value of B square. So B square will be 9 into E square. E is actually 5 by 3. So 25 by 9 minus 1. So this will be, B square will be 16. Now if B square is 16, I wanted to find out the value of what is asked in the question, A square minus B square. A square minus B square will be 9 minus 16, which is minus 7. So your answer will be minus 7. Correct answer is minus 7. Option number 1. So this was a very easy question. You just have to remember basic equations of hyperbola. So if your basics are clear, this is a damn easy question for you.